Okay guys, this is a video I've been wanting to make right from the beginning of this YouTube channel, and it is what to do when you have a bad client. So I know we're all about getting clients. I know all we want to do is just get that money in, service the client. But there are times where you should really use the power of no. So I'm going to be telling you what you can do just to avoid these clients, and when you do have these clients, what to do to basically get rid of them. So stay tuned till after the intro. Right guys, I'm going to split this video into two parts. The first part, I'm going to go over my story of when I had a bad client and the importance of saying no, and why sometimes you really should say no even if they're willing to pay. And the second part, I'm going to go over how to avoid these clients, how to avoid them during the prospecting stage so you never even get in contact with them, how to literally not sign anything if you're on the call, just little signs that they're giving you that they will be a high maintenance bad client. And the third one is, if you do unfortunately start working with a client that you consider a bad client, how to terminate that relationship without any hard feelings so you can just move on and get some good clients. Now, I'm going to talk about my story when I had a bad client, and just give you a bit of background. It was at the start of my journey. It was for Instagram management, and it was for $400 a month. Initially, I was super happy with this because I just wanted some clients. I just wanted to get some money in to make this full time. But what happened? So after the second day, she started to contact me virtually every day for a month, nitpicking every little problem with the content I was producing, with the copy, even with the hashtags. Now, needless to say, this literally kept me up at night, redoing posts, redoing captions, redoing hashtags, and I was miserable. And there was times where I was literally up on my laptop at 11 o'clock at night and wanting to go to bed, but knowing that if I left it, the next morning I'll receive a long message nitpicking every little thing that was wrong with the post. So what happened here? After a month, she cancelled. She just said, I'm not happy with the service. I was expecting this and that. And we were just off when it came to expectations. And what you'll find is that people who pay the least often expect the most. And that, in my experience, is really true. Now, when it comes to actually saying no to clients, I want to just fill you in with something. Sometimes, yes, they are willing to pay, like the actual client was willing to pay $400 a month, but I would have been much better off if I had just put that to the side, said I don't think we're a good fit, and outreached other clients. Because one, it would have saved me time where I could outreach new clients, and secondly, and this is the really important bit, it would have de-stressed me. So all that stress that built up of working with her, literally having anxiety that every day she's going to contact me with a problem, affected my outreach and affected my confidence in getting new clients. So if you do spot a bad client, please just say no, not just for your potential in growing your agency, but just for your own well-being, in the sense of your own stress level and anxiety levels. So I hope that story sort of, well, inspires you a bit not to get bad clients, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go on to the second part of this video now, where it's all about how to avoid these bad clients. And I'm going to start with the prospecting stage. So that is when you're looking for jobs, you're looking for clients, especially on Upwork, and what to look for. So my rule of thumb is that if they have 3-star reviews and below, I don't go for them. And the reason is that there's reasons why freelancers or agencies have given them 3 to 1 stars in return. So if you still want to apply to that job or still want to go for that client, I would suggest reading those reviews and seeing if it was really the freelancer's issues or if it was the client being a bad client, essentially, or being very high maintenance. Now, that's with the prospecting. So look at the reviews they've been given, look at their star rating they've been given. If it's 3 or below, don't work with them. Go for the 4 and 5 review clients, because at the end of the day, if you do end up working with them, and when you do end the contract with them, they'll be more likely to give you a 4 or 5 star review, which is what you need to build authority on the platform. Now, secondly, when you're on the call with them, you basically can suss this out if they're basically wanting you to do more and more and more and more. What I'm trying to say is that you need to set expectations with this client. But if you feel this client is not happy with the expectations you've set and they want more, there's a tipping point where you just have to say, you know what, if I promise all of this, I'm going to under-deliver. So one of the concepts you have to remember is that you want to over-deliver and under-promise. So if you've set your expectation and they're not happy with that, really consider whether you want to go forward with that relationship, because they're not going to be happy, and at the same time you're not going to be happy because they're going to be bugging you every day virtually to do what they want instead of what you set as the expectation of this whole relationship. Now, if you end up working with a client like this, you really have only 2 options. The first one I personally wouldn't do, just because of the position I'm in now, but I totally understand if you're a beginner if you do this. The first option is sucking it up and just continuing on and hustling away, shall we say. And that's just, trying to work out the relationship with this client, trying to improve it, trying to set new expectations, and hopefully nurture this relationship from bad to good. The reason I wouldn't suggest this is because all that time you're investing on that client, you can invest in outreaching to other clients and getting a good client who doesn't take half as much of your time. Now, the second option is what I recommend. So I usually have an onboarding period of minimum a week, and this is where I can almost suss out the client also. But if you don't do an onboarding process for a week and you start just working straight away, if in the first 2 weeks you find that they're going to be constantly bugging you, they're going to be constantly messaging you, then just say this. Say, now that we've worked together for 2 weeks, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work for the long term. I'm very happy to refund you all your money and we can just proceed to go in different ways. And I really do hope and wish you the best in your future if you choose to hire another freelancer. And with that sort of message, they hopefully will understand, because you'll be refunding them the 2 weeks that they've worked with you. And there should be no real hard feelings. That is the best point of action. If you do work with a bad client now, just refund the money they've already paid you and just go on with your day. Just outreach other good clients, because the reality is there's multiple good clients out there, but there are also a handful of bad clients. So you don't want to have on your client Rolodex, shall we say, multiple bad clients, because they're going to take up all your time and you're not going to have time to service those good clients. So I hope this video maybe wasn't the most actionable, but was informative and really does help you in the long term with your own agency. So if you like the video, like. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below. And as always, subscribe, and hope you have a good day.